According to niche.com, Vienna is the 9th best suburb to live in Fairfax County. Their data comes from reputable sources and uses a unique grading system. They've got the facts, but your definition of the best may be slightly different. Since we get so many questions about Vienna on our channel, we've made this video so you'll know the 10 pros and cons of living in Vienna before you make your big move. Before we begin, I'm Abraham Walker with Ask a Walker, your Northern Virginia real estate agent. On this channel, we do all the research so you don't have to. When you're ready to start your real estate journey, whether that's buying a home, selling a home, or investing in real estate, click on the link in the description to fill out your perfect home questionnaire. After you complete the form, we will schedule a time to meet online via Zoom to answer any and all of your real estate questions. Be sure to subscribe to our channel for future videos about relocating to the Northern Virginia area. First, let's talk about the biggest challenge of living in Vienna, the cost of living. Bestplaces.net data shows that living here is 78% more expensive than the national average. In terms of dollars, ZeroDown.com estimates that you'll need $140,000 before taxes to live comfortably in Vienna, but the median household income is $200,000. And ZeroDown uses a conservative housing cost of $2,500 per month, which could have been possible in 2018, but today you could easily spend $3,500 to $4,000 per month to rent a townhouse and $4,000 to $6,000 on a single family home. Now let's put things into perspective a bit more. According to the US Census Bureau, the nationwide median household income is $71,000. That's not at all enough to cover groceries, utilities, and especially housing in Vienna. We're placing a big emphasis on housing because this alone is 221% higher than the average across the nation. And this brings us to our next con, the competitive housing market. Right now, the average sales price of a home nationwide is $487,000. This is a modest amount compared to Vienna's typical housing cost of $1.1 million, the fourth highest sales price in all of Fairfax County. I know, that's crazy. Now, you'll still find some properties here that won't hit the $1 million mark. On average, townhomes here are priced at $780,000, while condo units go for about $450,000. Single-family homes are the most popular property type, accounting for 2/3 of transactions in this area. And these homes will set you back around $1.3 million. Keep in mind that half the homes in Vienna sold above the asking price last year. So add a few more dollars to that list price to get a better chance of winning that home you love. Now, the spending doesn't stop once you've secured a Vienna address. Keeping that home can be just as expensive as getting it because of property taxes, which is our next con on the list. Unlike other areas in Fairfax County, you'll be paying taxes to both the county and the town here. The total property tax here is $1.3225 per $100 of assessed value. $1.275 of that rate goes to Fairfax County, and $0.195 will go to the town of Vienna. Now, here's the silver lining for some of you. Some areas of Vienna only have to pay the Fairfax County portion of the property taxes. The extra tax rate only applies to the town of Vienna itself, the area surrounding most of Maple Avenue. Now, for our next con, we're going to talk about the limited job opportunities in Vienna. Okay, so we've already established that living in Vienna comes with a significant dent in your wallet. This is why the town attracts executives and high-ranking professionals around the DC metro area, making Vienna one of the richest places in all of Virginia. Now, where do those people work outside of Vienna? Most residents commute to work in Tice's Corner, Reston, Arlington, the Pentagon, and Washington, D.C. Aside from Navy Federal Credit Union, no other corporate giants are headquartered here, limiting your options for a short commute. Since you'll be commuting out of the area for work, the last con of living in Vienna is the traffic. Dealing with the traffic will be a part of your daily life here. You'll have to share the road with the majority of Vienna residents especially on I-66 and I-495. To get around this, locals have adjusted their commuting habits, and you're bound to do the same too. Most of the time, you're going to be leaving for work before 8:30 a.m. So don't rely too much on the estimated travel times you see on Google Maps. There are several errors there. Chances are you'll run into unexpected delays and heavy congestion. You just have to get used to it. Before we dive into the pros of living in Vienna, let me know you're still watching by typing VT in the comment section. If you currently live in Vienna, let me know if I've missed any cons in this video thus far. Since you're still here, do me a favor and like this video and subscribe to the channel. With that out the way, let's dive right into the pros. Living in Vienna offers an easy commute despite the traffic. The proximity to other popular areas and its network of highways make for a nice combination for commuters. The three major roads that surround the area are 267 to the north, 495 to the east, and 66 to the south. You'll use these roads to take you to other busy places within Northern Virginia. And Vienna's short distance to high employment areas also makes up for the limited job market in town. It's only 2 miles away from Tysons, 8 miles from Reston, 16 miles from the Pentagon, and 17 miles from Washington, D.C. If you don't want to drive to work, you can catch the metro at Vienna Fairfax GMU or Dunloring Merrifield. And if neither of these work for you, you can always catch a Fairfax Connector bus to take you where you need to be. Now, the next pro on the list is for those of you with kids, the top-notch public schools. Niche.com places Vienna 8th on their best suburbs to raise a family list. The biggest factor they consider for this grading is performance of the schools in the area. Now, Niche places Vienna's public schools at a solid 9th spot in Fairfax County. And according to Public School Review, Vienna has one of the highest concentrations of the best public schools in Virginia. These schools' academic performance justifies these rankings. Vienna's public schools have an average math proficiency of 76% compared to the state average of 54% and a reading proficiency of 86% versus the state average of 70%. So if your kid's education is one of your biggest considerations, you really can't go wrong here. Other than the excellent schools, another thing worth highlighting in Vienna is its beautiful outdoor spaces. If you're an outdoorsy person or just looking for a nice place to relax, the town has over 12 parks for you to choose from. The most popular of them is Meadowlark Botanical Gardens, which I believe is one of Northern Virginia's hidden gems. Tourists and residents from other parts of Northern Virginia flock to Meadowlark during spring, and that's because it's one of the best places in the state to watch cherry blossoms. Another park here that deserves special mention is Wolf Trap National Park. This is the only park in the country solely dedicated to the performing arts. Now, Vienna's parks don't just serve as peaceful retreats for unwinding. These wide open spaces also host the town's mini annual event, which brings us to the next pro on the list, Vienna's community-centric culture. One thing residents adore most about Vienna is its small town charm, despite being located in such a busy area. It's all about camaraderie here, something the town itself constantly tries to create. The town government acts like one giant HOA, hosting tons of events throughout the year. The whole community loves to gather for usual holidays at parks, Christmas light decorations at Meadowlark, Christmas sing-alongs at Wolf Trap, Halloween parades along Maple Avenue, fireworks displays at George C. Yanis for Independence Day, and more. These aren't the most anticipated events of the year though. It's the events that showcase the locals themselves that are so sought after. You've got local food, music, and amusement rides at Viva Vienna, where all proceeds go to fund over 70 local organizations. Vienna Restaurant Week showcases the culinary talent of the town's best loved restaurants. Chillin' on Church is when you'll find rows of block parties along the famous Church Street. Whatever the reason may be, Vienna will look for ways to celebrate. Even if there's no event going on, there's still a ton to do in town. So for our last pro on the list, we'll be talking about the creature comforts in the area. Most of the activity in town happens on two streets, Church Street and Maple Avenue. These two are only a short walk apart, but they've got entirely different atmospheres. Now, we've mentioned that Vienna has a small town charm that many love. And one of the key factors that help the area preserve this is the abundance of local businesses, most of which are found on Church Street. Along this road, you'll find specialty establishments to explore, bookstores like Bard's Alley, chocolate shops like Cocoa Vienna, and iconic shops like Clock Shop of Vienna continue to receive the support of residents. Mom and pop restaurants like Blazing on Church, Vienna Inn, and Clarity are still local favorites. Now, a place where small businesses continue to thrive is pretty hard to find in the county today, making Vienna unique in that regard. If you're seeking familiar creature comforts, you still have plenty of them here. Maple Avenue is the go-to downtown area filled with your favorite chain restaurants, grocery stores, and more. There's only one shopping mall here though, so if you're in the mood for some shopping, Tyson's is only a 6-minute drive from Maple Avenue. Now that you know the 10 pros and cons of living in Vienna, check out the next video in our Moving to Vienna playlist on the screen right here. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.